Me again, it's Rick, and hey everybody, it's me again, it's Rick, and I wanted to welcome you to this new video stream I'm doing. As I was doing the other one that I'm working on, the programming one, I'm realizing that that one kind of gets a little... I get into some tricky areas where I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still going to do that here on this stream, but this one is a little bit less, I think it's going to be a little less intense in that I'm just going to fool around on Unix, and the thing I wanted to talk to, and also I'm going to keep it shorter. The thing I wanted to talk tonight was, and I on the last stream I really wasn't able to get to this. Let me see if I can get to this. The swift.org website was down. Okay, well now it's back up. Okay, so I started this YouTube stream to program Wordle using Swift. I learned that Swift is available on any number of languages. I mean, any number of platforms. So here you can see it's available on Ubuntu, Amazon Linux. It's even available on Windows 10. Of course, it's available on the Mac. But in order to get this, you need to have a 64-bit OS. And I don't have a 64-bit OS, believe it or not, or the spare computer that I have was not a 64-bit OS machine. It was a 32-bit OS. So let me show you that on Raspberry. So I have again, I have a spare machine, Raspberry Pi, and let me see here, try to get to this. Right, so I don't fully get what I'm doing here, but the main point is that I needed to find a 64-bit version of the Raspberry Pi, and it turned out last year the Raspberry Pi people enabled or released officially the 64-bit OS. So if I go to this imager, if I run the imager, one of the choices that you have for an installation is not just the default 32-bit, but a 64-bit version as well. And so here you click on Choose OS. This is, again, I don't know why it's not here as the first choice, but you can then come here and select Raspberry Pi 64-bit. And this version was released in February, but the blog post announcing this was from, I think, March or April of last year. Let me see if I can find that. Well, I hope they have a search here. I don't know if this is gonna do it. I'm gonna get lucky on this. Anyway, let me. What is this URL? Okay, maybe I'll do it this way. I'll put here 64-bit and site. Yeah. So it was February of last year, 2022, that the Raspberry Pi folks announced, hey, there's a 64-bit version that is now official. And right, so I got it and installed it on my machine, on my Raspberry Pi. It's an old Raspberry Pi. I was gonna look up some stuff, but I have a terminal that connects to it, and I'm just gonna make it big so you could see a little bit what I want to do on this broadcast. But mostly I just want to show you stuff I've been doing, and what I've been doing was I was interested in really all the different packages that are on the Raspberry Pi. So there's a command that you can type called show, and you can look at these projects that you have. But what if you wanted to look at everything that was installed on your machine? It turns out that there's a command for that, and that's called oh boy, I'm gonna find it here. Yeah, this one right here, sudo apt list manual installed. So you have this thing here, sudo apt list manual installed. And when you run this program, you in fact, using Unix, you could get this full list here. You have, it says here 349. Those are the packages. But then I thought, what is the full list? When you do that, then you get a listing that shows 88,000. I can't remember, but the main thing is I did a bunch of Googling, and I found that using this kind of program, I don't have this. Let me do history, Raspberry. Using something like this, you can get at a listing of your of the packages on your system that isn't brought in by other things. So I realized that this stream is going a little weird and a little different, but essentially I wrote I ran a command to get a list of my packages, and for every package then I wanted to read about it. So I have this script file here called package info.sh, and if I run this thing, what it does is it looks through this list of all of my packages, and this is what it looks like when I did this command, and I'm gonna try to find this for the YouTube description so you could see the command that I ran to get this list. But this thing is a list of, you could see 1,414 packages. But what are these commands? What is UUID? What is upower? What is thonny? All of these programs are installed when you get Debian 64-bit for your Raspberry Pi, and combining it with sudo apt-cache search, like apt-cache search, I don't know, thonny. We can learn about what these programs are. Oh, okay, it's a simple Python IDE. Is that so? Well, then let me try to run it. Well, I don't know if I have. Do I have X running here? Yeah. So I have this thing. Oh wow, it does remember some stuff, but basically, I can look at all my packages. And if you run this little program after making this list, you can then produce a little file that has every single one of these packages. So every one from this, you could see here at the top, 10, 11, 12. These are all the packages that are on this Raspbian that I have. And the last one is what looks like a library, but there's some funky ones that just come for free. XXD, hex dump. I mean, who doesn't need a hex dump program these days? What about X server stuff? Lots of stuff. And again, the default installation of the Raspberry Pi OS 64-bit, again, when I use that command line, gives me a list of 1,400 packages. But bizarrely enough, it's not. I need more packages so that I am comfortable with Linux, and that's actually why I did this. I just wanted to show you what I do to get comfortable with this Unix that I have. And the main thing that I'm going to do tonight is, in addition to ramble for these first few minutes, was I'm going to just do just this. I'm going to install a version of VI. You notice I was typing vim and it's not there. What VI do I have? If I do a search for VI, you can see that, oh, I have less. Let me find VI here. I have what is known as vim-tiny. Vim-tiny. And it turns out I use vim-tiny on a lot of containers for my day job because it's small. But I want full Vim. I want grown-up Vim. I want Vim for adults. And I don't need a small version that's compact. I want one that is the full version that I could install plugins in and all that stuff. So, and I also want something where I could type the word Vim and not have it be confusing. Now, I'm comfortable on Unix, so I know I can do something like this. And then I can do Vim, and I can see Vim improved, and I wonder actually if this will say that it's the tiny version. I don't know how you can tell that here actually, but the thing is, it's not going to. I'm going to know pretty quickly that it's not. Like, one of the things that Vim has is it's got a pretty big help, but this is the here. This is the help that you get with vim-tiny. You could see it's not it's a small package, but when you use Vim for grown-ups, the help that you get is large. There's just more stuff you can do. Things so I'm going to install Vim, and number 2, I'm going to install tmux. This is like the terminal window that I like to use. I use it pretty regularly on the other stream that I have, and it's just you need to have something like tmux if you're going to be comfortable with Unix, because you're going to be, unless you're cool with starting up an endless amount of terminals. Now I think in terminal for the Mac, I can bring up a new tab. Yeah, show tab bar. I could do this, and I can bring up a tab here that will bring up a new thing. But I'm not into tabs in the terminal. When I first got into using the Mac, someone pointed me to iTerminal 2, or Terminal 2, I believe it's called, and I was into it, but I kept coming back to tmux because it's software that just works, and it makes me comfortable. So what I'm going to do now is very quickly do this list business. I'm going to do this count here, 1,413, and like I said, I'm going to find these Stack Overflow posts that show these things, and I'll put it into the YouTube description so you can do this page. But now check this out. I am going to do sudo apt-get install vim and tmux. So I'm going to get both vim and tmux, and that'll make me instantly much more comfortable on this new Raspbian OS that I have. Notice when you install for the first time, it tells you, hey, you're going to get 37.2 meg of extra stuff used, and it's like, go for it. Now it's going to install these things. And it's glorious. Now when I watch this, if I do vim, yeah, it's back. I've got it. Got some help here. Instantly at home. And now, watch this. Oh, I'm in it. And I'm making new terminals here, as you can see. Now, one thing I'm going to point out, and I'll have a whole episode on tmux, but I don't like the keyboard sequences when you're in the select mode. So here, to do a search, I believe I have to do, yes, select. And let me see here. Okay. Nope. Yeah, copy. Enter copy mode. And when I'm in copy mode, the panes are a little maybe this is doing Vim mode. Hard to tell. But oh my goodness, it's because I do have the vim. That's another thing that I did. All right, well, I think I'll stop here. My goal was to my goal was to install tmux and vim, and now what we're gonna do is do a quick app search, dpkg search, and this, when I do this, we're gonna get 1,417 items, whereas before we were getting, what were we getting? 1,413. So clearly there are 4 more packages that were installed, and we're going to have to run that big script. Now that script actually takes many minutes to run. If I do that script here, this little script here, package info.sh, this thing, it'll take 6 minutes for this to run. And but what will be cool is that we could then we could then get a difference of what these lists are. So I'm gonna go and run it, and I'm gonna put it into a file here called rasp pi 2023-04 10.text, and that'll take like 6 minutes, but that'll be tomorrow's episode or the next stream's episode, where we're going to look at the contents, figure out what did the install of tmux and what did the install of vim bring in addition to themselves. I think this won't necessarily work too clean because of the diffs, but I'll go check that out. But look at the description to see all the stuff that I did. This is what this stream is about, is just me just playing on Unix. I'm just playing, that's all. I'm just fooling around, seeing what I can see and doing things that I can do, and hopefully you join in and watch a little bit. And if you do, then I'll appreciate you. We're gonna do number 2 at some point, maybe tomorrow, and I'm still gonna do this. And I think one end goal that I have is to finally install a version of Swift on my Debian. That was the whole reason why I'm doing a 64-bit Raspbian, and that's the whole reason why I took my curated Raspbian Debian machine and obliterated it in favor of a 64-bit machine. I'm also thinking I'll talk about tmux at some point, give that maybe 20-30 minutes, because yeah, there's a lot of history with using terminal emulators, and that I have. Be cool to talk about it. And then yeah, just whatever tickles my fancy. Finally, I was gonna try to relate to these 2 pictures here, the neo fetch and the age top, but I think I'll do that tomorrow also. So yeah, well, I appreciate everybody logging in to see this. It's a different type of stream, more rambling than usual, less preparation than usual, and hopefully, yeah, pass a few minutes with this stream. I appreciate it. Catch everybody the next time.